We are ready.
Yeah.
And again, everyone is welcome. Everyone is the most important person. And if we have some new people that are listening to us, we are welcoming them, wishing them good only in every detail in their life. Okay, the last blessing that we learn which is very important for everyone to say in the morning, because by saying it, we are getting ready emotionally and physically to start the day in a very successful way. This is very important for every person to say it in the morning and to think, at least in general, about the words that we're saying, because this is giving us a very strong beginning for everything that we're doing during the day, that we should feel solid. We should feel that this day will be a very successful day. So the last blessing that we learned was that we said to Hashem, thank you, Hashem, our God, the King over the world, Hamichil Mitzadei Gavel. Remember we learned that, which means that Hashem is directing our footsteps. Yeah. And we explained that every blessing is having two steps, two levels. One is the literal explanation, and one is deeper in a more meaningful spiritual way. So the simple literal explanation is, what does it mean? A person could be a perfect person, which means that we have everything that our body needs. We have our sight, we feel everything is functioning in the body, we feel healthy, we feel even strong, but in order to function in the day, we have to be able to move, to walk. Walking is a very important thing, because we could see what happened to a person that walking is moving you all over. Everything that you want to do, you have to be able to walk. And we cannot take it for granted, even if we could see, and even if we could move, and even if we could stand, but we cannot walk. It's really bad. Yes, Hannah?
So I think this can also mean that he is who directs the step of man, that he is, because of him, he helps us to find our way to dig deeper in Yiddishkeit and to because of him, we are.
Of him, you're talking Hashem?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we are a better person. He's helping us how to be a good Jew and how to grow and how to.
Exactly. And it's a little more than you said just now. But first, we're talking about just in physical life. The first step is thanking Hashem for physical life. Nobody would be able to function. Everyone wants to be successful in life. It doesn't mean that we have to be the wealthiest person in the world, and but to have what we want to have, to be successful, to be able to manage, to have friends, to have food, to have clothes, to have happiness. So we cannot do it if we cannot walk physically. Now I'm talking about physically, and we cannot take it for granted, because take something which is not human. Take a doll that looks beautiful. Today we could make everything so beautiful, but the doll cannot move. So without moving, you're stuck. And we cannot take it for granted. If you're thinking about physical movement, how we are moving, it's so complicated. Now I'm talking about medically. So many things are involved with muscles, with bones, with with flesh, I'm not talking about life, I'm talking so many small details. God forbid, sometimes if one place in the foot, one bone is not even an inch, not even a hundredth of an inch, is not in the right place, you could have such pains. And it happens to people. So everything is so exact by Hashem that the way that He created us, that we could move and feel so natural and so comfortable. We walk on 2 feet, which we are not taking it for granted. We could say how many creatures cannot walk on 2 feet. And this is called Hashem is preparing us in such a way that we could have steps, we could walk, we could do. And this is very important because these blessings that we say in the morning are general things for every person, what we need, like sight, like movement, like everything that we said before. So here we're talking about after we have everything, including clothes, but still we need to be able to move. So we're thanking Hashem for doing that we could move. We could move, and because of that, we could be successful in our life. But there is also a deeper meaning. This is including also a deeper meaning. Even though that we could move, every step that a person is doing, it's directed by Hashem. Even though that we are the people that we are navigating, our brain is navigating, where are we going? We have a plan. We want to go here because we have a job here. We have something important here. Not always we're going to the place that we want to go. Hashem is navigating where we should go because Hashem is directing everything in our life in a way that we should achieve the right thing. Sometimes we are ending to go to a place that we did not even plan. And even if we're going to a place that we planned, it's not because we planned that, it's because Hashem made us to go to this place, which means our mind is telling us to go to this place because I have to be here. But Hashem put it in our mind to go to this place. And many times in life, people are living in different places in the world. Some people are living in this country, some people are living in this country, in this neighborhood. So we think that it's because this is what we planned. But the truth is no, because Hashem wanted it should be in such a way, because the Baal Shem Tov said, and the Rebbe spoke about it also, that wherever a person is, this is directed from Hashem. Hashem wants this specific person should be in this specific time, in this specific place, because Hashem is having a mission for the person to be there. So everyone should know that if I am in a place, because this is my mission, Hashem wants me to be in this place, and Hashem needs me to do what He wants me to do. What does that mean, Hashem needs me? Yes, Hashem does not need anything. What He wants, it's important for Him. For Him, it's important. I should be in this place in that moment. I should live in this place because I have a mission from Hashem to be there. And this is a very important thing. We should know wherever we are or we go to some place, it's directed from Hashem for the purpose that He wants. Sometimes people feel that they feel very bad. They don't achieve what they want. They would like to be in a different place. They would like to be different kind of mission, different kind of jobs, different kind of things that they do. It's important to know that when I am here, this is Hashem made me to be here, and I should be very happy with that. Never feel blame myself and never feel as a failure. No, it's not. Hashem wants you to be in this place. This is from Hashem. And sometimes we could see it even in a miraculous way. Sometimes people are going and they're ending in a different place than they wanted to go. And later they realize that this saved their life, even in a physical way. There was a few hundred years ago, there was a king. We're talking about in Europe, a very powerful king, not a Jewish king, that one of his advisors was a Jew. And that was an exceptional thing because anti-Semitism was very strong then, and they did not have this kind of, but he was an exceptional person. And the king liked him very much. And he had a lot of enemies, and they tried to get rid of him, but the king did not want to get rid of him. So they tricked him. They knew that the king.
Oh wait, this is not that when, who was it? He said, "You're my son as well." Brutus, this is that story?
That's something else. They knew, they convinced the king to show that he is really not loyal to him. How did they convince him? The king gave him a very expensive coat, very expensive, as a present. So they sent somebody to attack him, rob him, and take away the coat. Then they took this coat. They were not able to use it because when they took it away from him, it became so messed up that they couldn't use it. They ripped it. But they got another coat. They were so interested to get rid of him. They got another coat. That was an exceptional, expensive coat. But they wanted to get rid of him. So they got another. We're talking about people that were close to the king, but they hated him. They got another coat, very expensive one. And they put in this coat, they faked letters from the enemies of the king that had a plan to rebel or to kill even the king. They put these letters in the other coat that they bought, but it looks exactly the same. And they brought it to the king. And they told him, "You recognize this coat? This is the coat you gave your advisor that you think he's a good man, right? Look at the letters. Your biggest enemies are dealing with him, and he's helping them plans how to get rid of you." The king couldn't believe it, but it was so clear. So they convinced him that he should kill him, but he couldn't kill him just like that. So he said to his Jewish advisor, "I have a very special mission for you. I trust only you. I want you to go to an army base that was a little far, and you should give a letter to the general there, but only you could do it. This is a very important thing. I trust only you." He said, "Of course, he will do it." He didn't think even what was written in this letter. In this letter was written that the person that is giving you this letter should be killed immediately when it comes to you. Don't accept any explanations and any excuses. He should be killed right away. He was very loyal, this advisor, and he went with this letter to give it to this general of the army base. This Jewish advisor was also a mohel, made Brit Milah.
Yeah.
Okay, and that was winter. It was a cold winter in Europe, and he had to go to, in rare towns, in middle of the way, somebody met him, and he said to him, "You look Jewish to me. Listen, I had a baby, son. The Brit has to be today. I have no mohel. I have no people." That was such a rare place. "Please, I'm begging you, please come make the Brit." But he said, "I can't," because he had a urgent command of the king not to stop, but to go directly to this. But he did not leave him alone. He begged him, "You please come, half an hour, just make the Brit." Spoke to him so much, he didn't want, but until he said, he has to do. This is the king and this is Hashem. But he didn't want to postpone the mission. So he had with him one person that walked with him. This person that walked with him, supposed to be his helper, but he was one of his enemies that was involved with the whole entire thing against him. So he told this person, "Listen, I am coming there, but I have to stay here for the Brit. I will be there in half an hour. Meanwhile, I don't want to uphold it. Go, bring that." Oh, this person should immediately be killed. No excuses, nothing. This person screamed, "It's not me, he has to come." But the king writes in this letter, no excuses and nothing. He killed. He came half an hour later, after the Brit, and he was a personal friend of this general. Everyone respected this Jewish advisor. He was an exceptional person. And right away, when he came, the general is telling him, "Don't worry. Everything was done exactly like the king wanted." He didn't know what the king wrote inside. He was killed right away like the king wrote. It said there, no exception, no, it was done perfect. He told the general that he came from the king to find out if it was done. So he didn't say anything. But because he did the mitzvah, Hashem saved him. But this is not over. He was very upset. Why did the king do such a thing? And when he came back to the king couldn't believe he's alive. So he is not loyal. He did not go. I told him to go, and he did not go. The king was very upset with him. But he told the king, "Why did you do that to me?" So the king didn't say anything, just took the coat. "Do you recognize this coat?" Took the ladders. "That was fine with your coat." You know what he answered him? Listen, when the king gave him this coat, he told the king, "I cannot wear this coat." Why not? Because there is a mitzvah of shatnez. You know what it is? That if there is wool and linen together, you cannot wear it. Usually the most expensive clothes are having that. So you have to take it out. There's a way to take it out. Even here at Kingston Avenue, by the cleaners, if you have a question or something, you give it to him. There are people that they see if there is, and they're taking it out. So he did not agree to wear this coat until it should be taken out, the sharpness. And the king knew it. Now he's telling the king, "Bring this coat that you found these ladders inside. Bring it." There was sharpness inside. So it was clear. Because he did what Hashem said, he had a clear proof it was not him. What the idea is, okay, it shows the power. When you do a mitzvah, how Hashem is protecting you twice, the breed and this. What it shows, Hamechin mitzadei gaver. Hashem is directing your steps, even if you think that you know, that you're going to a certain place, and at the end you're not going to this place. Hashem is directing you in a different way. So when you go to a place that you are planning to go, it's not because you are planning, because Hashem made you to plan to go there and to be there, because you have there a mission. He was a very great person, Rabbi Yonatan Eibishitz. You heard about him? It was about 300 years ago. Very powerful person, very smart and wise person, very, and sharp person. And he lived in a time that a summit of the city that he was hated Jews, but him he loved because he was an exceptional person. One day Rabbi Yonatan was going to the shul, and the mayor met him on the way, and it was friendly to him. So he said, "Where are you going?" So Rabbi Yonatan said, "I don't know." He got very upset. How could he was the mayor, and it was very powerful. And even though they were friends, what do you mean you don't know? So he put him in jail. And later he said, "How could you tell me such a thing?" So he said, "You see that I didn't know. I meant to go to shul and I went to the jail." And it sounds like a joke, but it's a reality. It's a reality. By the way, about him, it's known he was very sharp books. He was a very holy man. And he said when he was a small child, this is one time he came Friday afternoon home, and he smelled very good chicken that his mother prepared for Shabbos. It tasted very good. So he was maybe 4 years old. So he took one piece, without asking. And then his father was also agreed, and his father came in, and his father said, "Yonatan, what happened to this polke that was one of the 2 legs of the chicken?" He said, "This chicken had only 1 leg." Okay, he didn't say anything. Sunday, his father went with him, and for a walk, or these flamingos that is standing on 1 leg. So Yonatan said to his father, "Here, you see, chicken 1 leg." So his father just wanted to scare this flamingo, run closer, and put on the other leg. And then, so his father said, "It's 2 legs." So Yonatan said, "You did not do it to the chicken Friday afternoon."
Wow.
But all of this is a meichin mitzadei gava. So this is physically, and this is spiritually also. When a person knows that everything is directed by Hashem, you don't blame yourself. Of course, you cannot say, "I will do nothing. I will sit down on the chair and do nothing." Of course, Hashem said, "Then I'm not going to help you." But when a person is doing what you have to, and you know that everything is controlled by Hashem, and Hashem really wants you to be successful, then your whole day is different, and you're not blaming yourself, even if you're not successful, because you know that this is how Hashem wants. Of course, Hashem wants us to use our intellect and our everything, but Hashem is controlling. This is a meichin mitzadei gaver, and this is very important. In the morning, before we starting the day, we should have it in our mind. Okay. The next blessing is she'asali kol soki. And Shira, could I ask you to read it in Hebrew and in English?
ברוך אתה השם אלוהים מלך העולם שעשה לכל
Soki, and now in English.
Are you, Lord God, King of the universe, who has provided me with my every need.
Okay. So basically, we have already everything. We have already everything that a person needs. We could start our day. But no, there is one more thing. And this is a thing that many people are not even realizing how important this is. And what does it mean? Thanking Hashem that He did for me everything that I need. He prepared everything that I need in order to start the day. And this is basically talking about wearing shoes. I don't know, shoes, normally, shoes means comfortable shoes. I don't know, it used to be that comfortable shoes is shoes that are with leather, that are comfortable, not just pieces of material. Why is shoe considered that Hashem did all my needs? Why? What's so special about the shoe? So, when a person, one of the famous people that is very reliable source for davening, his name is Abu Draham, he lived many hundreds of years ago. He's saying when a person is not having shoes, you cannot go out. You cannot go out to do all your businesses, to do everything that you need, because not only it's not safe, it's practically, you cannot walk without shoes outside the house. So shoes are symbolizing, even though that it's only shoes, but you could have everything, like we said before, but you need these practical shoes to be able to walk out and to go to places, and then you could do everything that you need. So the mission, why is this blessing so important? Because we are telling Hashem that even though that we had all the things that we said before, including that Hashem is directing our things, what we need practically, we need shoes to be able to do all of these things. Even though that we could walk, but without shoes, which is, we could think it's a superficial thing, but it's not superficial because we cannot function without that. The idea is, and in this blessing, we're saying it a little different from all the other blessings. All the other blessings, we're saying that Hashem is doing it for us now. This blessing, we said, She'asali, that Hashem made it already. Hashem made Labriut. Hashem made all of our needs should be done. What does it mean? By giving us the shoes, that means right now, everything is done. Hashem did already. From his point of view, he did already everything that we need in order we should start the day, we should do everything in our day. So what is the message here in this blessing? We showing Hashem that when we are going out now to the street and doing whatever we do in order to have a good day, Hashem finalized already for us all of our needs. The only thing that we need right now is just to go and act our part. But Hashem, from his point of view, he prepared everything for our day to be successful. Sometimes there are people that are very rich. That's not an indication that these people are smart. There are people that are not so smart and they are rich. And there are people that are very smart and are not rich. That has to do with the plan that Hashem is planning for everyone. I said rich, but I don't mean only physical wealth. I mean everything that a person needs to be satisfied, to be successful. That depends on Hashem. It does not depend on what we are. And by saying that Hashem made already for me all of our needs, that means everything that will happen today to me is planned already and it's made already. What we need to do is only to remember that, only to have the bitachon. Bitachon is one of the most powerful mitzvot, which means that we trust Hashem. We trust Hashem what? Not that He knows what He is doing. We trust Hashem that He will do what we want, that He wants us to be successful. This is the mitzvah of bitachon. Bitachon, some people could make a mistake and think bitachon, Hashem knows what He's doing. Whatever He's doing is good. No, that's not bitachon. That's true. Bitachon means that I'm not worried. I know that Hashem is doing for me everything that is good for me physically. Why? Not because I deserve it, even if I don't deserve it. Number one, nobody is allowed to think about ourselves that we don't deserve. But bitachon means that Hashem said, trust me that I will do, that I'm doing for you everything that you want. It should be good for you. And this is the symbol of the blessing that we are, by wearing shoes, we're telling Hashem, thank you, and we're asking Him also that you made already everything that I need. A person that is thinking like that, that have nothing but to worry, because Hashem is taking care of me. Why are we thinking like that? You could ask me, how could we think like that? In reality, we don't see that. But Hashem said that we should feel like that because this is the truth. So if we have a question that sometimes in reality we don't see, we don't understand reality. Or doesn't matter what. The mitzvah is to know that Hashem is doing it for us. So this blessing, Shasali called Tzorki, is emphasizing this point that Hashem did already everything that I need. Okay, then we have the next blessing. And remember, all of this blessing, we don't talk about, there's a million details that a person needs, but we don't say about every detail of a person's life. We're talking about the general things that we need. This general covers everything. So, Chaya, the birthday girl, you know, on a birthday, Hashem is especially close to you. You know that, on that day.
Close to you?
Close to you and listen to what you need and what you want. And that's why it's important. You should bless other people. And that's why you should be ready to accept Hashem's blessing to you.
I feel like Hashem already gave me a birthday miracle that I will be now moving closer to school and dorm.
Yes. We'll give you a sword to give a little more charity, to learn a little more Torah, even a little bit, to pray next.
Previous add-on chapter.
What?
I just wonder, why do we say a previous chapter and another one? Like both on our birthday? Like
Because you have part of the days from the previous year and part of the days from the new year. some people are saying. So Chaya, could you, and you have a party, probably that's important also for bringing and a party. Even a party with one person is also considered a party. Celebrate. You are doing
I was thinking
that.
about it, but someone told me that is one of the most, like, one of the customers the rabbit says, like, one of the 10 things that the rabbit said was we should do it for Reagan.
Good.
Yeah.
So again, all the best blessings. Would you mind to read the next bracha? Could you read Hebrew? Are you okay?
Read what?
The next,
Sure, but which one?
could you read Hebrew?
I think we can read.
Yeah. עוזר ישראל, עוזר וירא, עוזר ישראל בגבורה.
Here? Isaiah Sabikura?
Yeah. ברוך אתה השם אלוקינו.
Barak Atah Hashem Elokeinu Melech Haolam, Isaiah Sabikura.
Could you read the English translation?
Yeah. After you, Hashem, our Hashem, King of the universe, who gives the people of Israel with might.
Okay, I didn't realize it's so late, but we could just drop. It means basically, we don't explain everything, that Hashem is, there is a belt, a person is wearing a belt. What's the purpose of a belt around the clothes? To shape, but in simple, nothing going in it. To shape your body, to shape your clothes, to hold your clothes. The idea is that when you have to hold something important, you're holding on to put yourself together. So one of the ideas is here that Hashem said that the Jewish people are tied to him like a belt on a person, which without a belt, you feel loose, not perfect. So the Jewish people are, they are one thing with Hashem, and the Jewish people should always know that their strength, the strength of the whole nation, and also every individual is coming from Hashem, which means even if sometimes a person feels that you don't have the strength, it doesn't matter, something happened. You have to remember just that you do have the strength. Just connect yourself to Hashem. Okay, we'll stop now. And Mazal Tov to Chaya, and to ourselves, and to the Rebbe, and to all of you, and to the whole entire nation.